Hi and welcome to our channel. We have we have a bunch of awesome stuff growing in our three sisters bed. We've been eating raspberries, blueberries and strawberries, and I think this weekend Luke is going to make some strawberry and raspberry and blueberry mojitos. We've been eating cabbage, lettuce and kale. What else? There's a lot of good stuff underneath all of that. It is not very long ago that I gave you the garden tour, but everything has grown so much. I'm not going to show you everything, but I will show you the sunflowers because they're doing really well. Most things are growing so nicely and the garden just looks so green. And the things that aren't, we're just, forgetting about them. Some things might have been planted a little bit too close, some of them might not be getting enough water, but the ones that are doing really well are thriving. So we're really happy with the garden and we're really happy with the weather. It has been so nice lately and it's also been a little bit windy. And when it is windy, I get excited at this time of the year because this tree that I am under, this is a huge pine nut tree, and when it is windy I know I'm going to come here and find some pine cones full of pine nuts. And this is what happened last week, and I got about 10 or 12 pine cones. And when you pick the pine nuts you get very sticky fingers because the sap is on all the edges of the pine cone. And I just lost a pine nut. Damn it. Luke took out the pine nuts from them and cracked them and made something delicious. I will show you what he's done, but I think you can probably already guess.
Hi guys! Today I'm harvesting pine nuts. I do love myself a bit of pesto, fresh pesto. We have lots of basil in the garden and it's starting to flower, so I have to take off all the flowers so it keeps growing instead of going to seed. So today I thought I'd show you how we turn this into this, then finally into the pine nut. I'm guessing a lot of you know and love, into that. Now you may wonder why pine nuts are so expensive, and it's because of this process. They're a pain in the butt and quite time consuming to harvest. So first thing you do is grab the pine cone and just knock it, and a lot of them will come out. And we just collect them and throw them into our bowl. Empty. Okay, so once you've done that, chuck that away for the dog to play with. So I had a look online and every video seemed to be from the States, and I don't know if they have some different type of stone pine, of a different variety of stone pine, but they seem to be soft and they were doing it with their hands. There's no chance in hell you can do that with your hands with these ones. So I did find a pretty mostly easy way. So what I do is I find where the nut is in two halves basically. So you find the wide bit, and this is where there's like a line from the top and the bottom. So that's where the two parts of the nut shell join. And then I put it in the pliers and I put the widest part touching the edges of the pliers. There. Right? Can you see that? And then I just put it onto a chopping board or whatever, and just a little tap, and out comes the pine nut. There you go, 1 pine nut. Now, it's got a pretty good success rate without breaking them. I have broken a couple of them, but I just throw the bits in. But I would say it's a 80 to 90% success rate. But I haven't found a better way, a quicker way to do it online. So since this seems to work well for me, I thought I'd share it with you here. And then later maybe I'll make a bit of pesto. It takes a while and you end up with, like, I don't know how many grams I'm going to end up with. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and I had another 4, so 12. We'll see how many grams we get out of 12 pine cones. Okay, so I've finally finished 12 stone pine cones. And this is what I've got. 150 grams.
Thank you, Luke. That pesto was absolutely delicious. Now it has been heating up quite a bit, and the girls, well, we've decided to change the pool so they can glare it properly, because they're not going to swim in it while they're pooping in it. So I have made a few adjustments to their enclosure. We're using this shower base. It didn't take them long to make it muddy though, this water. Hey girls. And they're helping me out because I need to get some soil and stick it underneath. And the girls are doing a very nice job. Look, good job, girls. They're just so helpful. Hey girls. And I thought maybe they won't go in it because it's slippery, but they did, and they didn't slip. And look, they wanted more muddy. Look, Peppa says more mud, more mud. Hey, Peppa, more mud. Go on, Peppa, you add it. I put the water and they put the mud. Hey. And then Peppa's gonna take a dip. Wow, is that good, Peppa? Is that good? And you girls are gonna do this side for me, thank you. So now the girls can chill out in the shade in their pool, which is awesome. What is not awesome is the news I have to share with you next, I'm afraid. And this was taken last week when it happened. So I'm still very, very upset about it. Today is a super sad day. I'm hoping that this will be a lesson to a few of you guys out there who have chickens. One of our chickens, Dora, was sitting on eggs. Actually on 14 eggs, and we're so excited for them to hatch. Yesterday I saw a couple of heads coming out from underneath her and got excited and started preparing inside the coop for them to take them in, because Dora was sitting on them outside the coop. And they were fine for these last 21 days, and I figured since they hadn't all hatched, I would leave her outside for just one more night, and then I will take her and whoever hatched inside with the unhatched eggs also, and just put her inside where it's safe. But that didn't work out as I planned. This morning when I woke up, I just saw her screaming. No idea what happened to her. No eggs, no babies. It's a super sad morning, and I was feeling like I'm gonna have a breakdown because I don't know how to deal with this. I was saying last week that livestock and dead stock, and you get used to it, but you don't when it's something that you probably could have avoided. We're just doing one simple thing. You know, I tried going near her yesterday and she was so protective. She's like, don't come near me. So I figured, give her one more day. What harm could that do? So we have such a small chicken family again. We have 4 hens and 1 rooster. They're laying around 3 eggs a day, which is good, but I don't think they're ready just as yet to sit on another batch of eggs. I think it's getting much hotter now and they will start laying less. So we will just try again after the summer. Hopefully one of them will get broody again. We are being extra careful with our chickens. I am closing for them before we go out for the walk, and then the guinea fowl, because they go in later, they have to stay in their guinea fowl section, I'm afraid. So they've moved back there because the chicken coop is closed when they want to go in. Now I think it is time to pass you on to Luke. I am pretty excited that he is going to introduce the sponsor of today, and I have a feeling we have found something totally Luke proof. But before that, I do want to add that whenever a company contacts us, so they will sponsor a video or they will give us something to try out so we can show it on our channel, we often say no because we think it's not right for our channel or our viewers, or we just don't need it. But when we do say yes, it is because we will benefit from it living this off-grid life, and we feel that because you are our viewers and you probably have the same interests as us, you might benefit from it too. So without any further chatter, I shall pass you on to Luke.
Can anything actually be Luke proof? If any of you guys have been watching for a while, or maybe know me, you know that I am quite a destructive force. With tools, with anything I touch, I seem to break. So no. So when the guys at Blackview decided to send us this rugged phone, I was really excited. I went online, checked out independent reviews, saw that they were absolutely awesome, and got super excited. So here it is, the Blackview BV8800. Here it is, nice and chunky. I think it's the first phone I have which kind of is in proportion compared to normal sized people with normal phones. This is really fits nicely in my massive hands. And it is so far proving to be quite Luke proof. I've had it for about 2 weeks now. I'm definitely putting it through the Luke test. I think over the past 2 weeks I must have dropped it, as I do with all my phones, Butterfingers. I must have dropped it at least 10 times. Once on Sarah's foot, and I think I nearly broke her ankle bone. And it's got not a scratch on it at all. I've also dropped it in a bucket of water when I was trying to take some water for the pigs. So it looks like this is the phone to have if you're outdoors, off-grid, extreme conditions. I guess it's the adventurers, off-gridders phone, I think. As for ruggedness, so you can drop it from 1.5 meters. That is pretty cool because I try not to throw my phone anywhere, and if I drop it, it's not going to be more than 1.5 meters, so it looks like I'm covered. You can go underwater with it for 30 minutes for 1.5 meters deep, which is absolutely awesome. I don't know if you can see these over here. These are 3 of the last phones I had in the last 2 years, so I really do have a problem with this thing. I mean, I can't afford to stay spending a couple of €100 every couple of months to get a new phone. In fact, before I got this one, which was my last one, which is already all scratched, the screen, and cracked, because I'm terrible. I stayed without a phone for like 2 months just because I refused to buy a new one so soon after this one. This one I had put it in my back pocket. I was doing the roof of the gypsy caravan, crunch, and it was like, I think you can probably see it, it's a bit bent. Yeah. So these phones definitely don't do it for me, and thankfully now that they sent us this, it looks like I'm gonna have a phone for quite a while, which is awesome. Apart from the waterproof and the drop proof, it's also dust proof. I always have my phone in my pocket when I'm working, And a lot of the time, if I'm, for example, chainsaw milling, I end up with my pockets completely full of sawdust. And where does it go? Especially with these phones, into the speaker. And unless I'm recording, I always have music going. And yeah, the speakers don't work on all three of these phones. I normally blow them out with a compressor, but they really just sound tinny and crappy. This phone also has 3D copper pipe liquid cooling, so it can withstand higher and lower temperatures than usual. I mean, how many times I'll be working in the sun, in the hot Portuguese sun, and then my phone just goes beep, beep, beep. Had to shut down because of the temperature of the CPU. As for cameras, it's got four on the back, one on the front. The one on the front is 20 megapixels, the main one is 50. Then you have a 20 megapixel depth camera and an 8 megapixel, like 117 degree ultra wide camera. And to top it all off, you also have a 20 megapixel infrared night vision camera. How cool is that? Not night mode, night vision. So when it's completely black, it actually has infrared night vision camera. I did film some footage of the piggies this week when I was going down to the earth, and it was jet black everywhere, no moon. So it has a dual SIM, which is quite handy because I have two plans, one for data and one for messages and phone. So at least that sorted me out fine. It has 8 gig of RAM, so it's pretty fast, and 128 gig of storage. It doesn't have an external SD card to make that storage bigger, but 128 gig is pretty good. It's more than you need. I mean, I've got loads of gigs of music on this, and it's more than enough. Another awesome thing about this phone is that it's got an 8,380 milliamp hour battery. That is insane. I mean, most latest phones are about half that most of the time. It's a Type-C port, and the charger, the actual wire they send you with it is they're both ends Type-C, so you can use it as a power bank, so you can charge anything else. How cool is that? Especially if you've got like wireless headphones and you need to charge them, you can just plug your phone into them and charge them. And if you just leave it on standby, 720 hours. What is that even? 720. 72 is 3 days times 10. 30 days, a month on standby. And it really is good. I mean, that's one of the things I'm really, apart from it being super rugged and that I've been dropping it and it hasn't broken. Yeah, I only charge it like every couple of days. It's got a 33 watt fast charger, so even though it's a huge battery, it only takes an hour and a half to charge. So far, 2 weeks in my hands, and it's still brand new, which is quite a miracle. I love it. And also the fact that it comes with it's a rugged phone, you don't need to spend another 40 or something or even more for like a case and a screen protector. It comes ready. So thank you so much, the guys at Blackview. If you want one of these phones, we'll put all the Amazon links in the description below, depending on the country where you're going to buy it from. And we've got some coupon codes for you guys as always. So whether you live off grid or you're a bit of a savage with your phone like I am and drop it all the time or drop it in the toilet, how many times has that happened, guys? This is definitely the phone for you. I'm loving the night vision, I'm loving the big battery, the fact that you can use it as a power bank. I didn't have any of these on my other phones, so I'm pretty happy with them. Don't forget to go down to the description if you want to check them out and get one for yourself. I think in the long run, it's going to be saving me a lot of money. Okay, come on then. Right, I think I'm going to go to Ian's now. We are planning an outdoor kitchen with Dirk, and he's teaching me how to do things properly, so I'm going there. I'm going to take inventory of the ones I've already cut and cut a few more to help Ian out, and obviously he's helping me because he's giving me all this timber. So off we go, Molly. You want to come? You want to come? No? No. It's dangerous cutting trees. Let's go. Okay, I'm back at Ian's this week, and I'm here to thin out his pine trees in this little forest he's got up here. And the reason is because he wants to do like a gazebo, so you can see the view behind me. So let's get on it. Safety first, guys, you know me. Ding, ding. Okay, I'm back at Ian's where I'm getting all these pine logs, and I spoke to Dirk this morning, and he's got a couple of days left surveying the land that he can actually get access to. So now we'll probably move on to building the outdoor kitchen. Now I was planning to do the outdoor kitchen around the little caravan that he is staying in, but we've decided to build another one which will be a communal outdoor kitchen, which was my plan for quite a few years now. And Dirk, being an architect and surveyor, he's super organized and knows how to plan for projects, not like me. So I'm really learning a lot from him, which is really awesome. And today he said he's going to start planning the outdoor kitchen on his computer, so he needs to know what materials we have. So before I go up and finish felling a couple of pine trees on the very top of Ian's property, I'm here to take inventory. So I'm going to be measuring the length and the circumferences from thin to thick, so we see what we can work with, and then Dirk can draw up the plans of the outdoor kitchen. And when we actually bring the logs to our place with a truck and a crane, we'll be able to put them into position to minimize the amount of lifting needed and minimize the stress on my back and the amount of people I'm going to need to help me. So that's what I'm doing today, and then later on I'll go up and continue felling the trees. Okay, we've felled this massive pine and decided to keep this for the mother beam for the outdoor kitchen. I've cut it at 8 meters long. It won't be freestanding, there will be supporting beams in between, because apparently you shouldn't have it longer than 6 meters for pine, and especially when it's green, because it will warp. Hopefully we'll be able to just move it in position, and when the truck comes, it'll be able to tow it with a rope to get it onto the back of the truck. Yeah, his limit is 1,000 kilos, and I had calculated these pine trees to be about 6 meters for 1,000 kilos. So for now we're going to just get it into position, and then on the day we'll see. So time to move it up the hill. With the help of pulleys, Ian the pulley master as I call him, and his son is visiting back there, Matthew. So between the three of us, hopefully it won't be too hard, and a few pulleys and giggeries or whatever they're called. We'll see how it goes.
On the second day that Luke was moving logs with Ian, he was trying to be careful, but he did hurt his back, I'm afraid, and now he's gotten orders from the doctor that he has to take it easy for 20 days. He's taking pills and he is feeling much better, but he still has to take it a lot easier than he was already taking it. Since I have been taking the little pigs out for walks with us, the goats have started getting a little bit naughty. And because their enclosure opens up to a place where I do not want them to run and go and eat our baby trees, that is exactly where they decided they want to go. So we have decided that we will make another entrance and exit on the other side. So when I go and open for the goats, it won't be quite so tempting because it will be pointing in the direction I already want them to walk in. Because Luke has been ordered to take it easy, Dirk has stepped in to do the job. Thank you, Dirk.
Hey everybody, my name is Dirk and I work as a volunteer at Luke and Sarah's place. And today I'm gonna try to make a gate to the goat house. Well, it's gonna be an experiment. So let's hope. Let me show you. I still have 5 fingers on every hand, and hopefully when I'm finished with this, I still can show all these 5 fingers on every hand. So, thumbs up or both. Okay, you guys, and just to prove it, I still have 5 fingers on every hand, as you can see.
This is the gate that should be going to go up today, so you will be seeing it in next week's video. So thank you, Dirk. This is gonna save me a lot of hassle. Now I'm going to go down and see my little girls, and we're going to go out for a walk. Molly, you want to come? Come. They want to come out. You guys want to go for a walk? Come on. Come on, Maggie. Well, Maggie's doing a little bit of a run now. Okay. A few of you have been asking, what do I carry in this bag of mine? Apart from now, I have almost every time a piggy in there too. A piggy or two, excuse me. Get out, Maggie. Ugh. Get out, Maggie. Maggie, out. Okay, the girls can't get it up here. I will show you what I normally have in my bag. The camera that you guys are watching this on. Water. 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 A bowl for their water. Treats for the girls. Treats for the girls. Secateurs. To cut their leaves so I can get them home. A brush, very important. And gloves. 2 pairs of gloves. Another pair of secateurs, just in case the battery dies of those. And one of these. Okay, Maggie, what do you want? You want a treat because you're a clever girl. Oh, be careful, be careful. You're going to hurt your double chin. You're good to go. Oh, that's Maggie. That's Maggie. I just gave her a nice shower. Hey. Aren't they good little girls? I had changed the goats' routine because I wanted to get the girls back before I give the goats food. But since then I have changed it back again because the goats are big babies. And you know what? It's just easier to let the girls wait outside for me. They have learned, they wait outside the gate while I feed the goats. And then they go home. It's really simple taking care of them. I think I have it easy. I don't know what they're going to be like in teenage years. I can only speak from these two and their age right now. And I'm super happy with it. But we will see them when they get older. I would like to welcome Paddy and Lana. Thank you so much for choosing us to support on Patreon and for your lovely message that you sent us. It really means a lot to me to read stuff like that. So thank you very much. And if any of you guys are watching and want to support our channel, our projects, our animals, you can head on to Patreon. I'm gonna put it up here. The link is in the description as always. And just pop over and see if you like any of the tiers that you would like to support us on. And if you do, thank you so much, but I will send you a personal thank you on Patreon too. And for most tiers you get a Monday weekly update, which is a really relaxed update about what's going on the farm, mostly about the animals. So thank you guys for watching and have an awesome week ahead. Bye.
Silence in the studio.
Yeah, silence, the lights go up.
Oh, Molly, you can't. No, wait. You have to jump up. That's a good break. Hey, Molly, come on. You.
Peppa, you're going to drop the camera though. Sometimes you're helpful and sometimes you're hindrances. Peppa, come here. Oh, sugar. Peppa.
Okay, when?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Jump! Clever girl!
I just want to show you something. I never get bored of it. I'll show you. As you can see, this is sunset in Portugal. It's just so beautiful. Every evening is a joy here. You chill out, relax, have a beer and enjoy the end of the day.